Hey everybody, this is Brett from Charging Across Texas, and we are actually right now charging across Oklahoma. We're going to Stillwater to go watch the Lady Raiders play basketball against the Cowgirls. We're very excited about it. We're using FSD. FSD has done really well. Hasn't had any kind of issues on this particular trip. Did one little thing where it switched lanes and switched back and switched back a couple times. It was kind of weird because there was no reason to do it. That's the only kind of thing it did. Nothing that put us in any danger. Nothing that was worrisome. But I started thinking about this. I've been talking about doing a video about the cost of FSD and really the cost of advanced driving systems, regardless of who's putting them out there. There is a big race to see who can make the most autonomous vehicles they can. Tesla's in the lead. Nothing's really as good as FSD by any kind of margin. Most of them are far behind it. But the thing that I just want to talk about is how much it costs and what the barriers are for a lot of people to use FSD. It costs $99 a month, $100 a month, $1,200 a year. For a lot of people, that's a lot of money. A lot of the people who bought Teslas are people who are on budgets. They had a really great lease program last year for the Model 3 and the Model Ys, were great lease rates, and people could afford cars that they could never afford. And if you have if you have rent, food payments you got to make, if you have a wife and kids, a spouse and kids, you've got daycare, you got insurance, you got all that kind of stuff. All that stuff adds up. And $100 a month to make your car drive, which is something you can do yourself, doesn't make sense to a huge portion of the population. FSD is pretty incredible. It does great things. We've been covering it since we got the car at the end of December, and we're really happy with it. My wife and I are in a position though that $100 a month is something that we can do. We're grown up. All our kids are grown up. We don't have the worries that a lot of other people have, and it's not a big deal. Plus, we're trying to make a channel that's based off of EVs and taking EVs all across the state of Texas, and it gives us content, so that's good. But most people aren't in that position, and so it makes it kind of hard to justify that kind of money if you're not in that position. I checked with the Grok, which Grok is the Tesla Elon Musk AI, and according to Grok, let's see, I wrote it down. The 12.4 percent of all of the Tesla vehicles actually subscribe to FSD. That's pretty small. Grok did say that year over year it increased 38%, but the 12.4 is after the 38% increase. Will it continue to increase at that rate? I don't know. It wasn't that long ago, about a month or so ago, when they were talking about making more and more advances in self-driving, that Elon said, don't expect it to stay at $99 a month. As they add features, expect the price to go up. If the price continues to go up, even if they could make this car drive 100% on its own without me having to pay attention to the road, that is still going to be too expensive. There's going to be a huge portion of this population that can't afford $150 or $200 for a car that can drive itself everywhere, and they won't pay it. It's just the way it is. It'll never get above 15 to 20% tops. And you could, if you charged $49 or $39 a month, they would increase it dramatically, I think. In perspective, I used ChatGPT, and GM Super Cruise, of all the vehicles that are equipped with the hardware for Super Cruise, only about 20% of them subscribe, and that's $25 a month. I do not in any way claim, shape or form claim that Super Cruise is anywhere near as good as FSD. It's not. I know it. It's only for mapped highways, and the Tesla could take you anywhere, and that's cool and that's great. But it still doesn't change the facts about the cost. Blue Cruise is even more expensive. The Ford product is $49.99 a month, with more than the Super Cruise, and it's $49.99 a month or $495 a year. So you get a little bit of a break, pay for a year. But and Ford doesn't give out what percentage of its owners pay for the subscription. So I don't know what that's there, but I'm assuming it probably isn't even 20%. Probably, I don't know. Maybe it is. Anyway, the take home for me is that We love FSD. FSD would be great if everybody get it. Uh, Everybody's not going to have it as long as it costs that much. It's too much. It needs to be at least half of what it is, especially if you want to get wide adoption. Uh, I don't care how good it gets, it still won't be good enough. Thank you for listening to me gripe a little bit about the FSD and the cost. FSD is great. It is great. I have no qualms about saying that. It does some really, really remarkable things, but it just needs to be cheaper. Anyway, y'all take care. We'll talk to you later.